Welcome back to Become Your Child's Best Teacher. I'm Jennifer Ransom, your educator, trainer, and coach. Today I want to talk about the power of self reflection. Now, I want to focus on parent reflection, children, and your whole family. And what I first want to focus on is your self reflection. So, how you want to do this is get a journal or get a piece of paper out with a pencil and do this along with me. Pause the video if you need to, get that going, just to get your ideas are going to be flowing. So, in terms of self reflection, I want you to first look at your own strengths and weaknesses. This is yourself as a person as well as a parent. What are you really great at? What are your skills that you've honed in and feel really good about? What are the areas that you really feel you need to work on? It's important to separate those. And then next, what I want you to do is think back to your childhood and your memories. This would be a great time to, look back at old photos, call up your mom and dad, interview them, and other family members, and decide what were those memories that were really, really important to you and made a huge difference in your life. This could be places you went, or activities, or just time spent with family. And then this kind of leads into number 3. This is your life lessons. So, what did you learn from life so far as a parent, as a person? What's important to you? What are those big ideas that you want to pass on to your children as well? So that's where you start in your self-reflection. I want you to take some time to journal that out and really think about that. Next, we're going to do this process with your child. So you're doing this as a child study. So this could be directly with your child if you have an old enough child, or this could be just you doing it for your young child. So first, again, look at your strengths and weaknesses of the child. So what are they really great at? What are their specific skills that they have mastered, and what are the areas of weakness? Check out my Become Your Child's Best Teacher on Facebook. I post a lot of milestones and things of that sort, as well as on my Pinterest page. So check those out to look at what skills your child needs to have by certain ages. That'll kind of help you. And then number 2 is jot down their interests. What do they like? And how you could incorporate that into their learning or exploration or going on a trip, or if they like Legos, go to Legoland, things of that sort. So writing down and tracking their interests as they grow is really important. Number 3, create a learner profile. So I do this a lot with my students in my classroom, is I create this profile where not only has their strengths and weaknesses or academic goals, but it also talks about like what strategies work well for them or what strategies don't work well. What have you tried and have not tried? And creating this learner profile it needs to grow with the child. So you're editing this as the child grows and figuring out where do you need to go from there. And this document needs to be a running record and kind of keep it all together in your important documents so that when you do your child enter school, you can have a great conversation with their teacher or preschool teacher or whatnot to be able to get your learner started and so that the teacher's not starting from ground one. So next, I want to talk about teaching and advice. So this is where you're, number 1, you're going to be talking about daily life. And what are those skills that you want to teach your child to be able to do through the rest of their life independently? How are you working on that at home? This is that area. Next, in terms of education, what are those teaching points? What are those advice points that you talked about in your self-reflection? And based on your child's study, what things are important for education? Is that reading every night? Is that writing with your child every day? Doing art projects? What are your priorities and how are you going to focus on that? Number 3 is what experiences. So when you were looking back in your childhood, what were those important experiences you had? Were they vacations? Were they trips to the zoo? Were they time spent with family, game night? What was it? And putting those down so that you know, what do I want to do with my children so that they have those same experiences, or new experiences that you did not have. Lastly, you're going to focus on a list of goals. So, first, I want you to focus on your own personal goals. So, this means in any area of your life, if that's parenting or with your relationship with your spouse or health, whatnot, prioritizing you first is going to be a great example for your children and also showing them that you're working towards goals as well. All these goals you can talk about in your family meeting once a week. I'll link the video to this video so that you can find out more about the family meeting and more family time. Second, your parenting goals. So based on all of this that you've figured out, what's one goal? So in all of these areas, I want you to pick one that's easy, that you can do for a couple minutes a day and track pretty easily. You want to be checking in weekly on yourself and see if you're working on them well, or if you need to adjust something, or if you've mastered it, create a new one, right? The next one is your family goals. So based on all of these things, all this teaching and advice and the learner profile and your childhood memories and lessons, how are you going to incorporate that into a goal for your family? In your weekly family meeting, you can talk about what new places you want to go to, incorporating your child's interests in those, and creating, game nights or other times where you can do specific family time that you can focus on these goals. So, I hope you found this training helpful. I want you to be able to realize that self-reflection is very, very important. Keeping a journal of your thoughts as well as keeping a journal for your child's progress is oh so important. And just the amount of information you can document on your child's growth is unbelievable. In the classroom, I have seen just being able to show a parent how much your child has grown was a huge, huge piece that my parents said, this is something that I will do now. It's a big deal. So really take some time to self-reflect, watch, work with your child, create that learner profile, and then create your list of teaching and advice. What are those things you want to teach your children? And then start small. Create lists of goals in your personal goals, your parenting goals, and your family goals, so then you can start working towards that and growing together as a family. So I look forward to seeing you next week. Every Wednesday, I post new training, so please check that out on my blog in the description below, and please comment, like, and subscribe if you found this helpful. And I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, bye-bye.